I had promised you this yesterday, and it's going to be about for silhouette users that have a lot of files but aren't real happy with their silhouette and have switched over to Cricut. Now you can use your silhouette cut files in Cricut, and let's get started and I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. So first thing you're going to want to do is to get your Silhouette Studio software open. Open Cricut Design Space. And then if you want to, you can open up at least on a PC, under Accessories, you'll find the snipping tool, because that's what we're going to use to make this transfer. I don't know how to do it on a Mac, but we're going to start with a pretty easy, simple file. So go to your library. I don't want snapshot notification. Maybe I should have waited until I got all these files up before I started this, but anyway, this is just going to help you get the most out of your Silhouette files. And even if there's some other things that I'm going to show you how to do that are pretty cool. You can, if you want and are an experienced Cricut or Silhouette user and understand how to do offsets and those kind of things, you can actually do those too, which you can't do in Cricut, and you can bring them over. Now, the Silhouette Studio is a free software that you just download from Silhouette America. Excuse me. You don't have to have a Silhouette connected to use it. You don't even have to own a Silhouette to use it. It is a free download. It's not like Cricut where you have to have the machine set up and do all of that. It's really kind of a simple thing. So we're going to start. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to pick this simple file of Be Happy. Now you'll notice there it's black. You bring it in here, it's not. So that's going to be another video, what to do when you bring them in and they don't look anything like what you see in your library, because that's kind of confusing. So the first thing we have to do to get this process started is to select the file. We want to right click to make sure that this is a compound path because of these little spaces. And then we're going to fill it with black. Someday. Oh, I guess you got to have it selected. We're going to fill it with black. See, it's not a compound path. And it's a good thing I showed this, because I was going to show you what to do without a compound when you didn't have a compound path. So as it is now, this is what you'd get. So we're going to go and select everything. We're going to right click, and down here you're going to see make a compound path. And this is going to be really fast and cool. When you make a compound path, it fills it all up. I mean, it cuts the holes, and so then you have what you want. We'll go more in depth in making compound paths and things later, but we'll go over it again with a different type of shape. Now, because you have your red, if you notice, you still have your red cut line. Well, if you take a snapshot of this, that's going to be part of it, and it's going to import that into Cricut, so we don't want that. So we are going to change the line color to black. So everything's black. Now we'll go back out. Now you're going to grab your snipping tool. Whoops. First we have to make sure, okay, see how I had this bounding box? You don't want that. You need to make that go away. So just click off to the side. Open your snipping tool up here to New. And then it kind of hazes out. And you're going to click up here. And we're going to take a snapshot, okay? So up to File, Save As, Save as. Any day now. Save as. I'm going to save it to my desktop, and if you notice it, you can see it can only be saved as, well, it can be saved as several different things. You don't want the GIF and you don't want a JPEG, and I really don't even know what that is, but you want the PNG, because this is a file that extension that Cricut can read, and you can import that into Cricut Design Space. Okay, so we'll minimize that. Now we're going to minimize my silhouette. We're going to bring in Cricut Design Space. You're going to come over here to upload. And we're going to upload an image. And I can show you two ways to do this. One, you can browse. And if you notice, these are your extensions that you must have. So this is where you can load up anything from your computer as long as it has one of these extensions. So, no, I don't want to go there. I want to this PC, my desktop. Now, I didn't rename this file, so it's going to come up as a capture, but that's okay. Hello. There we go. So now I just have to look for capture, and there it is. So I'm going to, and it's a PNG file. Click on that, open, and it brings it in. Now, because we have black and white, this is a simple high contrast image. So this is why we converted it to black. So this looks good. We're going to continue. Then we're going to appear to this little magic wand thing, and we're going to click on the white, but it still leaves little spaces in between. So we're going to have to click on each of those, and each of those, and those, and that one, that one, and that one. And if you want to, you can zoom in and make sure it's all cleaned up, which it looks like. Let's see. Yeah. It doesn't, well, maybe here and here and here. I'm sure there's another way to do it. You can probably select exactly which colors you want to remove, but I'm not so good in Cricut. So then continue. You don't want to do it as a print and cut unless you want to print and cut it. And click on Save as an Image, and you notice that it's kind of grayed like Cricut does, and it's got the dark line around it. We're going to change the name. Be happy. You might be happy. And save. There we go. So now let's bring this in. Insert. All right. Now you have it here in Cricut, and you can do just about anything you want to do with that. You can change the color and size and all of that good stuff. So now you have a simple file from your silhouette library uploaded into Cricut Design Space so you can cut it with your Cricut. Now, it's going to take a while. I wanted to show you what to do when you have a more complex. It's going to be the same basic steps, only it's going to be I'm going to really show you how the compound path, why you need to understand that, because that can mess you up a whole bunch. So let's take one of these doilies, and we'll bring that into the software. So, okay, this is ungrouped. Do we know if this is a compound path? Do we know what it is? So let's fill it with color. Let's move it up here. The easiest way to test if something's in a compound path or not is to fill it with color. So we're going to do the same steps. Black, it is. So what happens if you, okay, so say you bring in, we're going to change this to, and we're going to copy this because I'm going to show you something. Now we'll just duplicate it. Okay. This one we're going to do as a compound path. And this one we're going to just group. So they look, when they're on the screen, they look identical. You see your cut lines. And if you're in Silhouette and you want to just cut, you shouldn't have to do anything with it. But if you're working in Silhouette and you want to print it, or you want to fill it with color for any purpose, I make a habit of doing it simply because I like to know exactly what the shape is going to be. So we're going to take this one, we're going to fill it with color. See, we have our compound path and it shows all of our little spaces. Where this one, when we fill it with color, does not. But that's an easy fix as long as you group everything. Come over, right click, make a compound path, and there you go. So we'll just go to through the same steps. We'll make the line black, like so. Then we'll go to our, let's make this a little larger. Visibility. Okay. We'll go to our snipping tool. We want to do a new snip. Oops, I forgot. So I have my bounding box on, and that will print, that will copy to Cricut. So we want to do a new snip. We're going to come over here. We're going to save this as on my desktop. I'm going to save it as a doily and save. Now we can minimize. We can make this go away because it's in our library. We want to upload. And now I'll show you an easy way. Just kind of make it a little smaller. And where are you? We are going to upload an image. Where'd my doily go? Did I not save it? Okay, well, let's go back. Make sure I saved it to my, oh, not this one. My snip. File. Save as. My desktop. I guess I did it. And doily. And there it is. So we'll minimize that. Now, a simple way, other than having to go look at them, is just to drag and drop. Now, these are the extensions of the files that you can import into Cricut, which is why under the Silhouette Standard Edition, Designer, and Designer Plus, you can't more easily transfer those, because they are going to save as either a GSD or a silhouette file. Only in the business edition do you get the options for PNGs, JPEGs, SVG, so on and so forth. So this is a little workaround. So we'll just drag and drop. We'll go to Simple and Continue. Then we're going to Erase. And then we'll just click out of all of these. Just want to get the white. The checkerboard means it's a transparent background. And if you're using a digital scrapbooking like Photoshop or something like this, you can just drag the file in, and if it's transparent, you won't be able to see it. It's the JPEGs usually have a white background, but sometimes you can do PNGs with a white. Then Continue. We want it as a cut file, and Save. Click, Insert, and there you go. I hope this has been beneficial. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. I am no pro at Design Space. So until later, I'll talk to you later, ladies. Bye-bye.